Welcome back. August is Valley Fever Awareness Month, and today we're going to learn more about it from an expert. We're pleased to be joined live by San Luis Obispo County epidemiologist Jess Bermertser. Jess, let's start with the basics here. What exactly is valley fever?
Yeah, so valley fever is a disease caused by a fungus found in the soil and dirt across the southwestern United States, including here on the Central Coast. As a matter of fact, actually about 65% of cases in California are from the Central Valley or Central Coast. So valley fever awareness is just to make people aware about valley fever, because knowledge is power. The more that people know, the higher likelihood they are of getting an early diagnosis and treatment.
Interesting. Okay, so you talk about the percentage, that there's a higher percentage here, but what does that mean in terms of actual numbers? You're with San Luis Obispo County. How many people are we talking about here with valley fever?
Yeah, so valley fever really changes year over year, but currently for 2022, we've seen about 89 community members diagnosed with valley fever, whereas in 2021, we saw about 188. So we have seen a trend downward in the last several years, but we're not sure if that's due to the natural cycle of the fungus or possibly because of declined diagnosis and treatment, possibly due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay, so what are the symptoms of valley fever?
Yeah, so it's really important to note that most people, about 6 in 10, will not have any symptoms at all when exposed to the fungus. For those that do experience symptoms, onset is about 1 to 3 weeks, and symptoms range from cough, fever, shortness of breath, muscle aches, and those symptoms can last a few weeks, even into a few months. And while some people might recover on their own without any medical intervention, some might have severe illness that needs medical attention.
And what should people know in terms of how to protect themselves, how to keep from getting this?
Yeah, so, there's some small tips and tricks out there that are easier said than done, but just being aware of how much exposure you have to dirt and soil is really important. So if you're driving through a high wind area, consider rolling up those windows and just having the AC on recirculate. And it's similarly, if you're in your home, keeping the windows closed and just monitoring that exposure.
Okay. Is there a time of year when it's more prevalent than others?
Yeah, so it does have a seasonal trend, typically about June to August, but we've seen diagnosis later in the year as well. So it's just something to kind of keep in the forefront of your mind, especially because it is endemic to San Luis Obispo County.
Okay, Jessie Bermertser, thank you so much for joining us to let us know more about valley fever during this Valley Fever Awareness Month.
Thank you so much.